Hi everybody, welcome to day 5. So we're nearly there. I hope you're feeling stronger and stronger. So today's workout, I thought we'd focus on spinal health. We all need a good, strong spine. There's a couple of things you'll need. If you have a ball, I'd like you to use the ball. But if you don't have a ball, I'll be substituting it with a towel. Probably get a big bath towel, and when you fold it up, it's quite chunky, so that's what I'll be using today. You'll also need 2 smaller towels. So I've taken some dish towels and just folded them to make a little bit of a square. So go and get all your equipment and I'll meet you on the mat. So I'd like you to start off seated with your legs crossed. If this is uncomfortable for your knees or hips, you can do everything with your legs extended. I want you to really focus on a long spine. So you want to stack your shoulders above your ribs, ribs above your hips. And wherever you are, just place your hands on your knees. I'd like you to take a breath in, and you're going to lift your chest a little bit. You're going to take that arm up to the side, and then you're going to lean over, breathing out. So it's a beautiful stretch. And then come back up. Let's take the other arm. Inhale, lifting up, and then exhale, over we go. And again, this time we're adding a little bit of rotation. So breathing in, lift up out of your waist. Exhale, we're going to lean to the side. And as you do that, make sure your opposite butt cheek isn't leaving the mat. And then you're going to add a little bit of rotation by turning your chest towards your leg. Feel that stretch right down the side of your body. Then turn back. Maybe you want to look underneath your armpit, and then we're going to lift up. Let's go again. Breathing in, lift up out of your waist, up and over as you breathe out. Soften your jaw, relax your face. Add that rotation as we turn the chest towards the thigh, and we're trying to get length here. Feel that beautiful stretch, and try and reach your fingertips towards the corner. Turn, look underneath your armpit, weights even through your butt cheeks, and up you go. Let's go again. Inhaling. See if you can find space between your lower ribs and your hips. Exhale. You keep lengthening as you add that side bend. Then we turn the chest towards the thighs, and we reach the fingertips away from us. We come back to the center, look underneath that armpit, and then we lift up. And again, last time. Inhaling, lift up out of your waist. Exhale, keep lengthening as you give me that side bend. Soften your jaw. And then we turn the chest towards the thighs, bringing the bicep to the ear, buttocks evenly weighted. Come back to the center, look underneath the armpit, and we lift up. Then breathing in, I'd like you to lift your chest. Exhale. Give me a pelvic tuck. So you're going to push the breath out, roll your hips towards your ribs, and you're rounding that lower back. Nothing's changing in the upper spine, and then we lift up. So I'm just going to show you a side view of this. So inhaling, we lift up through the mid and upper back. Exhale, it's just a rolling of the hips. So you should feel a lengthening and spreading across the lower spine. And then we're going to lift up. Let's go again. Breathing in, we lift up. Exhale, we tuck the tailbone under, and we're rounding. Start to feel the abdominals here and relax the arms, and then we lift up. This time we're going to add a little bit of extension. So exhale, we roll the hips towards the ribs, navel to spine. We come back on top of our sit bones, and we push the hands against the legs as we lift up. So it's lifting up towards the ceiling, and imagine you leaning over a high back chair, not pressing back. And then lift your eye gaze back to the center, shoulders relax. Let's do that again. And we roll, exhaling. It's a pelvic tuck. Inhale, come right on top of the sit bones, and we lift up and over that high back chair. So widen your collarbones, eye gaze towards the ceiling. Don't lean back, think of going up. And 2 more. Exhale, we roll. Push the breath out. We come back on top of the sit bones, and we lift up. Reaching the eye gaze towards the ceiling and opening the chest. Let's do 1 more. Exhale, we roll back, navel to spine. We come back on top of the sit bones, and we go a little taller, lifting up, reaching, and come back to the center. Beautiful. Just shake out those shoulders, relax your head. Beautiful. So what I'd like you to do now is to come seated. I'd like you to grab your towel. Remember, if you have a ball, just use the ball. And you're going to fold the towel so it's quite chunky and place it between your knees and your thighs. Make mine a little bit thicker. So you want it quite thick and chunky. Here you want a rounded lower back. Let's think about length from the center right up through the crown. And we want to squeeze that towel, engaging the inner thigh. Bring your arms in front of you. Feet are flat. Inhale, we squeeze and we lift a little higher. Exhale, we come back to that pelvic tuck, rolling. And then we keep the pressure on the towel or the ball and we're lowering the torso. Remember, we're still warming up, so only go as far as you can without letting your feet lift. I'm in a deep C shape. Take a breath in here, squeeze the towel, and exhale, we scoop over. Imagine you're folding your body over your legs. Look at your towel or ball, and then rebuild. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Let's go again. We squeeze the ball. Exhale, it's a pelvic tuck, and then we deepen as you bring in the rest of the torso. Shoulders away from your ears, and this time we're going a little further if it's available, no back strain. Breathing in, we squeeze that ball or towel, and exhale, rounding. Look at your navel, and then we rebuild. Mid and upper back, putting the shoulders away from the ears, and you should feel a lot of inner thigh when you're squeezing the towel or ball. We go again, adding on now, squeeze. Exhale, we tuck. And then we deepen as we roll down. So I want you to maintain this deep C shape. We're adding a little bit of rotation. Take your front arm and try and get your fingertips behind your shoulders. Exhale, resist as you pull in. Other side, breathing in. I gaze towards the fingertips. Exhale and pull. So just keep putting the pressure on that ball or towel because you don't want your hips to move. So make sure your knees are still. One more. We take it out to the side. Exhale and we pull it in. We're keeping that deep C shape. And then we scoop over. Look at your navel. Arms stay in line with your chest. And then we release mid and upper back. And we release the pressure on that ball or towel. We're going again. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, it's a pelvic tuck. And then we deepen as you bring the rest of the torso in. Shoulders away from your ears. Eye gaze straight ahead. Front arm, we take the fingertips behind the shoulders. Exhale, and we resist as we come in. And then the back arm. So there should be no back strain here. If you're feeling your lower back, lift your body a little higher. Two more. Inhale. Can you take your fingertips further behind your shoulder without moving your knees? One more. Take it out. Exhale, bring it in. Then scoop, squeezing. Over that imaginary barrel, you're rounding. Then rebuild mid and upper back and relax. Beautiful. Take your ball or towel away. And this time we're rolling all the way down. So you still want to feel that inner thigh connection, even though that towel's not there, as we lower, bone by bone. Try not to grip too much with your quads. Use the breath. Shoulders away from your ears. Lower your head, lower your arms, and bend your knees. So adjust your feet here. I'd like your feet to be hip distance apart. Heels a comfortable distance from your buttocks. And let's just take a moment to tune into our posture. So pelvis should be neutral here. Pubic bone, hip bones on the same level. You want a little pocket of air between that lower spine and the mat. Let's think about softening and closing the ribs. Sliding the lower ribs down to meet your hip bones as you draw your navel down and towards the spine. So we're going to go straight into our Pilates 100. You're going to float one leg into tabletop. Make sure your knee is right above your hip. Use your abdominals as you pick up your second leg, and you can feel the lower back on the mat. Take your arms above your chest, palms face in. Now take your arms above your body. Be careful here. Don't let your lower back lift. Don't let your ribs flare. Exhaling, nod your chin. I'd like you to look at your thighs here. Now deepen that exhale as you try and get more lift through the chest. I gaze towards the thighs. We're pumping the arms. Here's your breath. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shh, 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 shh. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. So land your head if your neck's fatiguing. If you want a little bit more, come with me and extend your legs. We're halfway. See if you can lift your chest a little higher, pushing that breath out. 40 more. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want a little bit more, lower your legs. Otherwise, stay where you are. Last 10, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3. Hold still. Bend your knees in. See if you can lift a little higher, pushing the breath out, and replace your head and neck down. Beautiful. Just shake your head from side to side. Hold underneath your thighs. Nod your chin. Give me a little rock, using those abs. Shoulders away from your ears. Let's do one more here. And on this one, we're going to come all the way up, making sure you're using the abs, not the back. So I'd like you to be seated now. Take your legs wide to the very edge of your mat, but keep them within the framework of the mat and pull up your toes. If you're struggling here with hamstrings, just bend your knees a little bit. If you want, you can make a little bit of a cushion. You can take that towel and pop it underneath your butt. So that's going to help you get more length through your hamstrings if you need it. Otherwise, just stay seated on the mat. Shoulders above your ribs, ribs above your hips, and take your arms in front of you. Breathing in, we're trying to lift up off our sit bones and up through the crown of the head without flaring the ribs. So here we want a long, long spine. Exhale, nod your chin. Push the breath out, and we're rounding. You're going to keep your arms in line with your chest, and you imagine you're folding your body over an imaginary barrel. Go as far as you can, breathe in. Exhale, pull your navel towards your spine, and slowly we rebuild the vertebra. Bone by bone by bone. Make sure you haven't left your shoulders here. Pull them away from your ears. Let's go again. Inhaling, try and squeeze your sit bones and levitate off the mat. It's a strong, powerful feeling. Exhale, nod the chin. Pushing the breath out, close your ribs, pull your navel towards your spine, and you're rounding. Breathing out. And then we rebuild mid and upper back. Pull the shoulders away from the ears, and we're lengthening. Keep your legs active. Again, breathing in, let's lift up a little taller. We're adding a little bit of extension now. Exhale, nod the chin. Push the breath out, and we're rounding, folding our bodies over that imaginary barrel. Hug it. Now we're going to change the spinal position. If you can, keep your hip crease, and you're going to reach to the crown as you lengthen by surging the chest forward. So if you don't have the flexibility, you might have to bring your body up a little bit to here. That's fine, as long as you're not straight up. You want to be on a diagonal. Your arms will stay where they are. So I'm pushing down through my sit bones. I'm going to take my arms out to a T, and I'm going to turn my thumbs backwards. I'm opening my shoulder joint. Keep the length through the spine, and we press back. Watch your shoulders here. 8, breathe out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your biceps back to your ears. Keep the length in the spine. Now exhale. Push the breath out and fold your body over that barrel. Beautiful. So we're rounding. Then rebuild mid and upper back. Length on the legs and push the shoulders away from the ears. How good did that feel? So let's go again. Inhale, lifting up through the crown. Levitate off the mat. Exhale, nod your chin. Push the breath out as we hug that imaginary barrel. We're rounding. Make sure you don't have a straight spine, it's rounded. Now you hinge from the hip crease. Squeeze your ears with your biceps as you lengthen through that mid and upper back. Go as far as your flexibility will allow. Take your arms out to the side. Thumbs are turning backwards. Let's pulse. 8, squeeze the shoulder blades. 7, back muscles. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Push the breath out, and we're folding the body over that imaginary barrel, and we rebuild mid and upper back. Lift your eye gaze and pull your shoulders away from your ears, and relax. Beautiful. You can stay where you are. I'm just going to face you. You're going to take your legs a little wider. And again, it's as far as your flexibility will allow. You're going to lift your chest, and you're going to take your arms out to the side. Think about peeling your big toes outwards, peeling your thigh bones outwards. And again, if you're struggling with that length, take your towel, make a cushion and elevate yourself. And also remember, keep your knees slightly bent if you need to. Let's turn the palms up. We're going to rotate towards the right side. And I want you to keep lifting. You want space between your lower ribs and your hips because that's going to enable your spine to revolve. Then exhale. You're going to fold over your leg and round. Take your back hand behind you. My spine is rounded. Then I rebuild bone by bone. And I bring my palms up as I bring my body back to the center. Let's go to the other side. And we lift up, rotate, grow taller through the spine. Exhale. We fold over, taking that arm behind us. Watch your opposite butt cheek. Make sure it's not lifting. Then rebuild. So when we lift the eye gaze, we're in the rotation. Then come back to the center. Let's do 2 more. And we exhale. Lift, 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 lift. We reach towards the toes as we look behind us. Opposite hip bone is grounded, sit bone. And then we rebuild. Looking to the direction we're going. And then we lift up out of the waist. Relax your shoulders. 1 more. And we rotate. Keep peeling the toes outwards. And exhale. We look behind us. Push the opposite hip bone down. Then we rebuild. And as we lift the eye gaze in that rotation, come back to the center. Grow taller. And release down. Beautiful. Slowly bring your legs in. If you're on that towel, I'd like you to come off. Now I'd like you to grab your ball if you have it, otherwise it's your towel. And I'd like you to place your towel, I've made mine quite bulky, between your thighs. Make sure you're squeezing that towel and come onto all fours for me. So here you want your shoulders above your wrists, your knees underneath your hips, and I want you to squeeze the towel. So I want you to feel inner thigh here. Make sure you're not here or back, right on top, shoulders above your wrists, knees underneath your hips, and let's activate the abs here. Draw your navel up and then spread your fingertips. Now we're going to get some mobility through the shoulders. So what I want you to do is lower your chest towards the mat as you retract your shoulder blades. So think of bringing your shoulder blades together. Then squeeze the towel. Exhale, we're going to push, spreading your shoulder blades across your back as we slightly round through that mid and upper back. So inhale, we're going to lower the chest towards the mat. It doesn't have to be very big. I want you to focus on what your shoulder blades are doing. Exhale, we push down, spread the shoulder blades, and now lift your chest. So we lower the chest towards the mat. Shoulder blades are aiming to come together. Then we push down through the hands and we lift the chest more. Keep the pressure on that towel or ball. Let's do 4 more. We lower as we breathe in. Exhale, we squeeze the towel or ball and we lift the chest. 3 more. Inhale. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale and we lift. 2 more. Inhale. Keep the pressure on that towel or ball. Exhale and we push. 1 more. Inhale. Lower the chest. Exhale and push. Now come back to that neutral. You're going to shift the weight as you extend your front arm. Bring it up to your ear. Keep the pressure on the towel and lower down. Then we take the other hand, fingertips to the floor. Squeeze the towel or ball and we lift the bicep to the ear. Lengthen and we lower down. So we're not trying to make any changes in the spine. We're just shifting the weight from one arm to the other. Keep the pressure on the ball, on the towel, and lower down. Last one, fingertips reach, and we go longer. Nothing's changing in the spine. Bicep to the ear, and we lower. Now we're going to add the leg to that. So just allow the towel or ball to drop. Front fingers, and take the opposite leg. Then we lift up, bicep to the ears. We extend that leg, pushing down through that arm. And then we lower down onto all fours. And then we change, other one. Fingertips extended, opposite leg. And we lift up. Making sure, imagine you're balancing a glass of champagne on your spine. Try and get hip height without opening your hips. And we lower down, shoulders back and down. 2 more. Opposite fingers to the toes, and we lift up. Lengthen. How much space can you create between your fingers and your toes? And we lower down. Get your leg as straight as you can. Fingertips to the floor, toes, and exhale, we lift. Try and straighten that standing arm. Go longer. And lower down. Beautiful. Take your knees wide. Press back, child's pose. So elbows to the floor. Anchor your sit bones to your heels and allow your chest to fall through your arms. Relax your shoulders, soften your face, and breathe. Tuck your tailbone under and slowly roll back up. And pop your head back on top of your neck. Beautiful. Now I'd like you to reach for those kitchen towels. Fold them so they're in a square and just place them in front of you at the top end of your mat, because we're going to be lying down. So I'd like you to lay down on your stomach and you're going to place your hands in the middle of the towel. Then I'd like you to lower your head towards the mat and your feet are hip distance apart. Let's start by setting the posture. So I talk about the Pilates triangle here. That's your pubic bone and your 2 hip bones. Make sure they stay on the mat. You're going to activate your glutes, turn your heels inwards and rotate your knees outwards. Balancing on your nose. Take a breath in, draw your navel up and in. Now as you exhale, think about lifting your mid and upper back. And as you do that, you're going to slide the dish towels towards you. But it's not your biggest lift, just a small one. Inhale, pause, and then exhale, lower, replacing the chest, reaching the arms away from you. Spread your fingertips, keep your feet grounded. Breathing in, draw your navel up and off the mat. Exhale. Think about, before you start moving, think about activating your mid and upper back muscles as you float the chest off. And it's not the biggest lift, it's just small, trying to get the work in the right place. And then lower back down, reaching the hands away from you. Keep your feet grounded. This time we're going to go a little further. Breathing in, draw that navel up and in. Exhale, pick up your chest. And this time you're going to go a little further, as high as your flexibility will allow. Shoulders away from your ears, sliding and feel your lats engage here. Breathe in. And then exhale, lower down. So just note, my dish towels are on the floor surface, which is sliding. You won't be able to do this on your mat. So move your mat out of the way if it's in the way. Let's go again. Breathing in, navel up and in. Lift the chest and then slowly, as you lift that chest, think about your lat muscles as you slide the towels towards you and lifting up, going as high as you can, not using your neck. Inhale, pause, and then exhale, you lower down with control. Let's do 2 more. Breathing in, navel up and in, lift your chest. Exhale, and we slide. Lifting up, up, and up. Eye gaze straight ahead. Breathe in, and then exhale, we lower down. This time we're going to add a leg. Breathing in, navel up and in. Exhale, we lift up, and as we lift up, we pick up the left leg. Keep your hip bones grounded. Inhale at the top. Exhale, we lower the leg as we push the towels away. Breathing in, draw that navel up and in. Exhale, lift the chest and we pick up the right leg as we slide the dish towels towards us, activating the mid and upper back muscles. Hold, and then we lower down. Let's go again. Breathing in, navel up and in. Pick up your left leg as we slide. Drop your shoulders. Slide your shoulder blades down your spine. And each time we're trying to go a little further. And then we push away. 1 more. Breathing in, navel up and in. Float that leg off. Remember, it's a straight leg. Exhale, up, up. A little higher if you can. A little higher. And then we release down. Beautiful. Hands underneath your chest. Press back, child's pose. Anchor your sit bones. Allow your chest to fall through your arms. And I'd like you to breathe. So you should have felt a beautiful spinal extension there. No lower back. Tuck your tailbone under and let's roll back up. Bone by bone. Beautiful. So let's just mobilize that spine, coming onto all fours in our cat-cow. So shoulders above your wrist, knees underneath your hips. Pull your shoulders down and back. Exhale, tuck your tailbone under. Lift your navel right up. Push down through the heel of the palm, and I'd like you to hold this. Breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. 4. Each time you breathe, see if you can push, lift the chest more. 3, 2, 1. Ripple out. Surge your chest through. Pull your shoulders back. Lift your tailbone. Oh, feels good. Hold it here. Shoulders back. 4, 3, 2, 1. And come back onto all fours. Beautiful. I'd like you to take a seat now. Pop your feet hip distance apart. Shoulders away from your ears. Tuck your tailbone under and we're lowering down. Bone by bone. Breathing out. Lower your head. I'd like you to take your feet so they're wide. You're making a star with your arms and your legs. Make sure you're not here. Close your ribs. Pull your navel down. So we're going to exhale. We're going to pick up the left leg and the right arm. We're not lifting the chest. We're just lifting the arm and leg, and we lower down. Then we change. Right arm, left leg. Breathe out. Lengthen. And again, left arm, right leg. Exhale. Lower the arm, lower the leg. And change. And again, left leg, right arm. Head is grounded. Get your legs straight and long as you can. Right leg, left arm. Breathe out. Now, if it's available, legs come together, arms come together. And we take them wide. And again, exhale. Navel towards spine. Arms and legs go wide. 2 more. Squeeze the inner thigh. Last one. Exhale, squeeze. And lower down. Beautiful. Take your arms to the T. Bend your knees. Let's finish off with a bridge. So feet are hip distance apart. Heels a comfortable distance from your buttocks, and pull your shoulders away from your ears. Remember, you want that little pocket of air between that lower spine and the mat. Breathing in, we roll the hips towards the ribs and our tuck. Exhale, we squeeze the buttocks and we roll up bone by bone. Coming all the way up into the top of the bridge. Make sure you're in a long line here from your armpit to your hip to your knee. Breathe in. Now exhale, melt your sternum down and replace the vertebra. Bone by bone, lower back touches, and then lengthen the tailbone away from your crown. If your shoulders have shifted, pull them away from your ears. Let's go again. Breathing in, push the lower back flat. Exhale, initiate the glutes to lift, and we roll up. Energy coming out through the knees. Feel that stretch across the quads, across the hip flexors. Inhale, exhale, and we roll back down. 2 more. Breathing in. Exhale, squeeze the buttocks, and we lift up. Energy coming out through the knees. Close the ribs, and we lower back down. A little faster now. This is your last one. Make sure you can feel each and every vertebra. Squeeze the buttocks, energy coming out through the knees. Take a breath in. Exhale, and we roll back down. And lengthen that tailbone away. Beautiful. Hug your thighs in towards your chest for me. Nod your chin. Give me 1 rock. On the second rock, let's come all the way up. And let's just finish like we started. Cross your legs or keep them long. Remember, you want that length in your spine. Now, this should feel very different from when we first did it at the beginning of the class. Inhaling, lift up out of your waist. Exhale, we roll the hips. And then we lengthen. And again, relax your shoulders. Breathing out. And up. 2 more here. Breathing out. And lift. Last one. Exhale. And lift. Take your right arm, lift up. And we reach over. Keep your opposite butt cheek grounded. We turn the chest and we lengthen. Turn, look underneath your armpit and up you come. Other side, breathing in, and how beautiful does this feel with the mobile spine? And we rotate, turning the chest towards the leg. Look underneath your armpit, and up you come. Give yourself a nice big shoulder roll, and well done. We have finished day 5. Look forward to seeing you on the mat for day 6. And as always, I'd love to hear your feedback. Keep safe. Well.